Goosebumps or Lemony Snicket.
Back in the day of horse-drawn carriages,
The master of blood-curdling stories was a man named Edgar Allan Poe. Poe wrote about murders and morgues.
about gargoyles and being buried alive, and this tale is still considered one of the most horrific stories ever written.
It's the story of a man who's lost his mind.
What? I'm not crazy. You may think I am, but I'm not.
And thus tale begins. It starts with the old man.
Yes, that's right. The old man.
Would you kindly bring me some tea?
Of course, I'll be right there. With the morning paper as well.
Thank you. You don't look too well today. Didn't you get any sleep last night?
I'm fine. If anything, my senses are especially keen.
You seem to have a headache. Let me get up and fix you something.
No, you enjoy your tea.
Such a kind-hearted old man.
True enough, he had never done me harm. But that eye, how I despised it. It was like that of a vulture, pale blue with a milky white film upon it.
A milky white film.
I wasn't crazy. It was the eye. It taunted me. It belittled me. It drove me from the room. I had to extinguish the eye.
He had to extinguish the eye.
So I set about the task. Night after night, I crept into his room.
He shone a light upon the eye.
But every night, the eye was closed. It was on the 8th night as I crept that I heard the old man sit up suddenly in bed.
He cried out in fear.
Who's there?
I remained still. For hours I stood without moving, barely breathing. And then I shone my light, a single beam, upon the eye.
It was open.
Wide open! And it made me furious to look upon that dull, blue, milky eye.
The vulture's eye.
And then I heard it.
The beating of the old man's heart.
Faster and faster.
Louder and louder.
I could stand it no longer. I leapt. Ah!
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 It was over.
The heart was still.
The eye was closed forever.
The eye would trouble me no more.
An hour later, there came a knock at the door. It was the police.
There's been a complaint.
Your neighbors.
They call.
A scream was heard, like this.
Ah!
Yes. Ah!
Ah! Or at least that's what the saying.
It's suspicious, don't you think?
Yes, the shriek. It was my own, during a dream.
Or a nightmare.
May we come in?
Yes. Wait, what?
Have a look around. Investigate.
He invited them in.
Yes, I invited them in. Would a crazy person have thought to do that? I wasn't worried, for I had carefully hidden the now closed eye and the silent heart beneath the floorboards.
Who lives here with you? Yes, with whom do you live? And why isn't he here?
The old man, he is away. You see, there is his room, his bed is made, his belongings are in place.
Is something wrong? You seem to have a headache. You should sit down.
Yes, fine idea. Perhaps you would join me for a spot of tea?
A spot of tea.
Why, that would be lovely.
Yes, a spot of tea.
He served them tea.
Indeed, but what had I to fear? I brought chairs into the room and served them the tea upon the very spot where I had replaced the floorboards.
Ah, this is fine tea. They say green tea is good for you too. But I'd have to say Darjeeling is my personal favorite.
The officers chatted about familiar things. It seems I'd fooled them well. Could a crazy man have done that?
But soon he wished them gone.
I found myself growing pale. Why wouldn't they leave?
Lots of strange things have been happening these days. People acting strangely. It's like there's something in the air.
Or in the floorboards.
Then there came a ringing in my ears.
A muffled buzzing sound.
Buzz, buzz.
No doubt I grew very, very pale. I raised my voice, but still they chatted.
It must be nice to visit the countryside this time of year. Yes, peaceful, I'd say. What with the fall colors and all.
The buzzing grew louder until I realized it wasn't a buzzing at all, but a ticking sound.
Like a watch or a clock.
Or a time bomb.
I paced to and fro. I clutched my forehead, but they chatted on as if nothing were wrong.
Getting out of the city to take a walk in the woods, why it clears my mind.
Much like this tea.
Yes. Green tea is good for the soul.
The noise grew louder, and now I knew it for what it was.
Louder and louder and louder.
Couldn't they hear it? I paced the floor with heavy strides. I hissed. I growled. I gestured with my arms.
Anyway, why did they call it Darjeeling?
I think it has something to do with where it's grown.
In India? Unless I'm mistaken.
And then it came to me. They were mocking me with their innocent smiles and their sips of tea.
Oh, the agony.
Well, all seems well here.
We should be reporting back to the station.
Thank you kindly for the tea, young man.
Louder, louder still. I could bear it no longer.
He could bear it no longer.
Villains, monsters, I did it! I confess! Tear up the floor! Here it is! The beating of his hideous heart! That's right, I did it, but I shan't tell you what's happened next, nor shall I tell you what's to happen now, if you don't stop staring with those vulture eyes.